Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video I want to show you how to use trendline correctly, or at least how do I use it. But first of all I want to make a disclaimer that I'm not financial advisor and this is not financial advice, and make sure you do your own research before getting into any trade, because you are fully responsible for any win or loss you have it. Okay, let's get into it. Same like support and resistance lesson that I posted last week, I think. These trend lines work like magnet, and I will show you in a minute. I just draw some lines over here to pretend that this is the real chart, and in a minute we will go on the real chart and show you some examples. Okay, and let's get into it. Probably all of you know that to draw a trend line you need at least 2 points of support, yeah, or resistance, whatever. I always, when the trend is descending, when the trend is down, I put the trend lines on the top of the chart, and when the trend is up I put the trend line on the bottom, yeah, as a support. So when the trend is up I use the trend line as a support, when the trend is down I use them as a resistance. Okay, let's get into it. So probably you know that most of the people, 95% of the people, when they see a perfect trend and when they use the trend lines, yeah, let's say this is our chart, yeah, and it is going down and down and down, yeah. What most of the people does, they draw a trend line on the top or on the bottom, whatever, and they see it as a resistance. And when the chart is coming, so they have 0.1, 0.2, let's say the chart is coming to hit the trend line again for the 0.3, most of the people are going to short that, yeah. So if you ask me, this is completely wrong, because usual, so where the trend line been hit 2, 3 times, 4 times, and when it's working perfectly, you must know that on that place it's a lot of liquidity, yeah. So you must know that over here it's a lot of liquidity, and here as well. We don't count the first point because this one is the top, yeah. So everybody know over here is the most liquidity, but this is a long way to go over there, yeah. Okay, so how do I take my own trades when I see a perfect trend line? For example, if I see the chart coming on the top, I'm never going to short on the trend line over here, because I know on this third point it's loads of liquidity. I am always waiting for the price to come to liquidate the last point of the trend line, and I enter short sniper over here. So this is how I get into sniper trades. I always hunting the last point on the trend line that's been made, yeah. And what do I do over here? I just coming to place my short just over the last point on the trend line and make my 1%, 2% profit, whatever. Of course, is that it is the possibility to come to liquidate the point number 3 of the trend line and continue to liquidate this one as well. So this is all probability. But if you do your own research and if you combine this lesson with support and resistance that I posted last week, you will start to understand more and more. And just make sure you subscribe to my channel, because more lessons like this is on the way, yeah. And what do you need to know on the trend line especially, yeah? For example, when the trend lines are broke, yeah, let's say the chart is coming up, it's broke the trend line, most of the people, if they enter short over here, yeah, they put the stop loss just on the last top or a little bit above, because they think if the trend line has been broken, the chart, the trend will going to be bullish again. Yeah, probably this will be happen. This is 90% of the people think. Yeah, but what the chart can do, it can come to liquidate the last point on the trend line where is a lot of liquidity. Then it can come over here to retrace the trend line, because like I said, the trend lines work as a magnet. So when the chart is broke on any time frame, yeah, even if it's 15 minutes, 4 hour, 1 hour, 1 day, whatever, when the price break a trend line, 99% of the time will come to retest, where we can enter to a good trades as a long, but is dangerous. I will explain in a future as well about this trend line retest, and the price can continue to go up. This is what can happen, and that's why most of the people put them stop losses. Yeah, they put short over here, they enter short on the trend line, and the stop loss just on the same price or a little bit above of the last top. But what price can do, it can come to liquidate everybody who enters short on the trend line. It can come to retest and continue to go up, or it can continue to come down till to liquidate these people as well. Because what the people does over here, they enter long. They thinking that, oh, the price just broke a trend line, it will come to trend line retest, then it will continue down, up, the trend up. But this is completely wrong, because usual when this is happened, the price will come to liquidate those guys who enter short over here on the trend line. Yeah, let's say people put them stop losses over here, then will come down, to liquidate everybody who entered long on trendline retest. So hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say, because the big guys who are making these markets, they know where is the liquidity, and this is the most important thing to understand, how to see a liquidity. Because when the price break up, yeah, before it's coming to retest a trend line, you have to think about that. Probably if you go back in a history, this chart was like that, yeah, and over here you also will have another trend line where you are going to have 0.1 and 0.2, yeah, and that's why probably the price will come to liquidate the 0.2 of the trend line. Hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. And when is that happen, what you are doing, you're coming to take the trend line, move the 0.2 above, yeah, you're coming to take, this will be our 0.2. We know that this liquidity has been liquidated, sorry, this has been liquidated. And what it can happen now, the guys who entered long over here with the stop loss just below the last low, they has been liquidated again, yeah, is no more liquidity over here. We know we have liquidity over here on the top on the 0.2 of the trend line, and the price can come to retest the trend line, then continue on the way down. But also if it's coming to retest the trend line, the one on the bottom become our 0.2 of the trend line. Hopefully you understand. So the chart, it always go in a triangle, and what it can do, so we know over here it came to retest the trend line, and on the same time the bottom became our 0.2 of the trend line. What can happen in the future, it can come to liquidate again the 0.2, or it can come to liquidate 0.2 from the top. And if that's happened, this become our 0.2 again, sorry, yeah, this one become our 0.2, where it's full of liquidity. We we're gonna leave that one over there, and we also have the point on the bottom. So I know probably you're waiting for a big move, yeah, 10%, 8%, whatever. But only from this one, if the chart coming now to liquidate the bottom, if you can have a good sniper entry, and if you know how to take that entry, let's say you know how to enter in a sniper trade, you're coming to long from here, yeah, let's say something like that, and only to the trend line retest you can make 2, 3, 5%. Okay, so hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. You can make a big profit. You don't have to live to risk this profit you made just in case we're going to break up again. You can take your profit on the trend line retest. It's more than enough. Then this one will become your 0.2 of the trend line, like that. Of course, yeah, probably this is a big move, but on the same time the chart can do this. It can come over here, go over there, then come back again, then go up again, and what do you have over here? You have another trend line. Yeah, where do you have 0.1, 0.2, 0.3? You can enter in another trend when it coming to liquidate the 0.2 from here. Then you can go up again with the trade. You can enter in another long over here to the trend line retest, and like this you can make money, because on the same time you had another trend line from here to here. Yeah, where did you have the 0.1, 0.1 and 0.2? What did you wait over here for the price to come and liquidate the 0.2 of the trend line? And you enter a short. You never enter in a short on the trend line over here with the stop loss just above, but you will enter in a short after the point of the trend line has been liquidated, because from here to the trend line you already made 2-3%. Okay, I want to tell you something else. Let's say I just draw something similar over here, but on the uptrend, when the trend is going up, and it's very identical thing. Yeah, you never enter in a long, sorry, when the price coming to hit the trend line. You always have to leave to you know you have a liquidity over here, a lot of liquidity, you have a lot of liquidity over here, and of course over here. So if you ever think to enter in a trade, you're never going to enter in a long over here. Okay, you always have to wait. You need to wait for the price to liquidate the last low, go into long over here, and take your profit on trendline retest. Doesn't matter if it's go up to liquidate the other ones. You already made 2-3% over here. Okay, what will be going to happen? Yeah, if this is happening, you're coming to move your trend line, and you have another 0.2. Okay, and then if it's coming to liquidate the bottom again, what do you have over here from the top? You have the 0.1, 0.2 again, and you're waiting for the shop. You're waiting short from the top just in case this one will be liquidated, and you also will do. You have here liquidity here, and the next one will, in case the next one will be go like this. This will be your next liquidity point. Hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. And how do I draw my trend lines? I always use 3 trend lines, which is on the bigger time frame, daily or weekly time frame, which is outer trend line, and the other 2 trend lines, it's inner trend line on 4-hour or 1-hour trend line, 1-hour time frame. Yeah, for example, I will give you an example now in a second to understand what do I mean and how to look for good trades. Let's say over here, 2 seconds, let me delete this. Let's say this is a big time frame, yeah, 1 week time frame, or whatever you want to call it. I have 0.1 and 0.2 on weekly. I know this one should be liquidated, yeah, and the price is go up. Then what it does on daily or 4 hour, it's come over here, then over here, yeah, then it is come down again, then it is go up, yeah. So we know this is outer trend line or on big time frame. Then we come with an inner time frame, yeah, where do we have 0.1 and 0.2, okay. Then the price, what the price can do, the price can also go up, rise, then do another thing like this on 1 hour time frame, because we know in one day, in 24 hours, it's 20 candles of 1 hour, yeah, 24 candles of one hour. And what we have here, if the price doing that, we have another inner trend line on the lower time frame, okay, where do we have another 0.1 and 0.2, yeah. And in case the price will come to liquidate the 0.2 of this inner small trend line, we know the price can come over here to hit this middle trend line. What it does on the same time will liquidate the last low on the inner trend line on the lower time frame, will get all this liquidity where the people enter long from the third point of the trend line with the stop loss over here. They all will be liquidated. Then the price can react, yeah, then the price can react to this mid trend line, from the middle, will make everybody, because a lot of people will see this trend line as well, but not a lot of people, they know how to use it. So what they will do, they have a long entry over here, then when they lose, they will move it over here. And what will be happened, probably the price will react, because it will take all the liquidity from the last low, will give them impression that they winning because they hit the third point of this inner trend line. Then it will come to liquidate them again, yeah, they will be liquidated again, okay. And on the same time, this fake move, let's call it fake move, will be full of liquidity because people will enter long, yeah, probably will be a small move, something like this, everybody will enter long. And we also on the same time have a third point of this trend line, yeah, sorry guys. And what will be happened, it will come down to liquidate those one, and also to grab a liquidity from here as well, from the second point of the inner trend line, from the bigger time frame as well, daily or 4 hours. So hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say, and how do I draw the trend lines, and how do I use them. And now let's try to go back in history and try to use them a little bit, yeah. It's Sunday now, so the chart doesn't move. If it was moving, I was trying to show you live on 5 minutes time frame or 15 minutes time frame, how do they work, okay. But hopefully you understand from these examples as well, because I trying my best to explain you on the easiest way to understand, okay. So let's say this is a 4 hour time frame, and let's cut, I don't know, let's cut it from here, okay. If we cut the charts from there, let's draw a trend line on the bigger time frame, yeah. This is our bigger time frame chart, yeah, where we have our 0.1 and 0.2, okay. Let's take from the bottom, from the very bottom, we have a trend line, where do we have a point 1 and point 2, but also we will have another inner trend line from here to here. Okay, where do we have a point 1, which is previously the point 2 of the outer trend line, and the point 2 over here. Okay, now let's let's play a bit with this chart. Let's see what will be going to happen. So to show you to be easier to understand, we have a liquidity on our point 2 of the trend line, support trend line. We have liquidity over here, here on the very bottom, and also liquidity on the very top. Okay, let's see what the chart does. So I haven't done this previously, but I don't know. Let's see what is happening now. Okay, you see the price just came through, tried to liquidate this top, but it didn't. Okay, but I also think will come to liquidate this very quick, to take all that liquidity from there. Yeah, so this our point 2 now. We move it over here, and all this zone is full of liquidity. Let's see when the time is coming to hunt them, because the move was very small. Like I said, most of the people just entered short over here on the third touch with a stop loss just above the last high. Yeah, let's see how this is going to work for them. So they made quite a good profit from this trade, but let's see how it's last for. Okay, we have another touch of the trend line, and bang, they has been liquidated now. Yeah, because what they done, probably they moved the trend line over here where it was full of liquidity. Okay, they entered on the trend line touch with a stop loss just above the very last high, or even this one. Yeah, because like I said, all this zone now, because this high hasn't been taken before, it's full of liquidity, and probably them stop losses was, so the entry price was just the touch on the trend line and the stop loss just above on the last low. Okay, and if you know how to set up a sniper entry, and if you can get a trade somewhere from here, a sniper short, and take a profit just on the trend line retest, you can make a lot of money. Let's see how that is going to work on the further. We have another inner trend line over here. If you look carefully, yeah, if you set up a trend line from here, so you can draw how many trend line you want, but all I use is only 3 trend lines. This is all I'm going for. Okay, so our point 2 over trend line is just moved on the top now, where it's another point of liquidity which need to be liquidated. Yeah, it's waiting to be liquidated. Okay, let's go further. You see over here, oh, I just deleted that trend line from there. We have another inner one, which was this one, supposed to be this one, the point 2 of the trend line. Okay, where the people had a long entry. The people had a long entry just on the touch of the trend, on the trend line, with the stop loss just about below the last low. Yeah, what's happened? They has been liquidated. Yeah, what the price done? It did raise up. And also over here, if you can look on the top, we have another inner trend line from the top. Yeah, where we can use it. We can use it as a point 1, point 2, or 2, whatever. And what the price done? The price came to liquidate the last the last high, yeah, liquidated and gone back again. And now we can use this top as a point to of a trend line, the inner trend line from the top as a resistance one, yeah, and we will move the point to on the bottom over here. But because we have our outer trend line very close, I'm not going to draw another trend line over here in a trend line. I just use it as a liquidity point. Same thing, but if you keep your chart clean, you will understand better everything. Yeah, you have a better view on the charts. Okay, let's see what is doing now. We also know, so we said we have a liquidity on 0.2, but it's same like before, because this one hasn't been liquidated. All this zone is full of liquidity which need to be liquidated. Yeah, so people, what the people done over here, entered on retest. Yeah, okay, what the price done, it came down to take our low. So over here it came to liquidate the 0.2 of this trend line, which we said it's liquidity, but I thought will come very strongly to liquidate the top as well. It has been liquidated, but very slowly, if you can see, very little. A lot of people lost over here, but probably this will be coming to be liquidated again in the future. But the price has been liquidated 0.2 of the trend line. That's what you need to understand, yeah. And now we're moving our 0.2 of the trend line over here, not over there, but over here. We also keep this zone as a full of liquidity, which need to be liquidated. What the price done over here, it came to take this low where I said I don't put, because it's outer trend line very close, I using this point as a liquidity, yeah. So what the most of the people done, they entered on the trend line and they set the stop loss just on this very low. Okay, so if hopefully you understand what I'm saying with this liquidity zones and how to use a trend line. I hope you understand. Okay, so this became our 0.2 of the trend line. Okay, because the very last one has been liquidated, we have a liquidity over here, and let's see what is happening. Okay, this became the 0.3 of the resistance trend line, or 0.2 if you want to make it perfect, doesn't matter. We also know over here we have a liquidity zone, we also have over here, and we have on the bottom as well. Okay, so what the price done, if you can see, it came to liquidate the top, yeah, where the people entered in a short on the third touch of the trend line with the stop loss just above. The price liquidate them and gone down, yeah, a lot of pips. What it's happened on the bottom, so like I said, yeah, if we want to draw it perfectly, here is liquidity zone. What the price done, bang, came liquidated. What the people did, most of the people came here, entering along with the stop loss just below the last low. They've been liquidated and the price go up. So hopefully guys, you understand what I'm trying to say. Look over here again, yeah, we had the 0.2 of the trend line with the liquidity. The price came, liquidate them, come for the trend line retest. Okay, only from here just above this, the very last high to the bottom, it gone 50 pip, yeah, 50 pip. So with a 15 pip stop loss, this is 3%, guys. And what we are doing now, we're moving our liquidity zone with the 0.2 of the trend line on the bottom, same we do on the top, bang, bang. Okay, so hopefully you understand we are not entering a trade until this zone has been liquidated. Of course, you can go on 1 hour time frame. You can go on 1 hour time frame and draw another inner trend line from here to here, yeah. And we have for a 4-hour on bigger time frame, we have 0.1, 0.2. Even on a smaller time frame, the price reacts the same. Just learn how to use them. You see, it came to liquidate this, it came to liquidate the 0.3. Yeah, the people entered long on the trend line with the stop loss just with the stop loss just below the last low. They haven't been liquidated yet, but I think they will be. That's what you see. Bang bang, very quick. Yeah, very quick moves. Bang, they has been liquidated and the prices go up. Okay, on the 1-hour time frame, this is not valid anymore, this small trend line, but you can have a trend line from here to here on the 1 hour. Okay, this trend line now, our liquidity zone is moved on the bottom. Okay, 0.2. We delete this one, and we have on 1 hour time frame, we have also a 0.2 over here. Okay, what the price does, our 0.3. So all this zone now is full of liquidity, where the price will move very quick to liquidate them, probably all in once. Okay, let's see what is happening. The price gone down to take the liquidity from the bottom again. First, they are not safe yet, trust me. Our 0.2 over trend line is moved over here, and this one moved over here. Okay, you see over here, you could draw another trend line from here to here on the 1 hour time frame. 0.1, 0.2, the price came to liquidate them, is gone down again. Okay, guys, so hopefully you understand what I am trying to say and what I tried to explain you. And please go back on my channel and view the other videos as well, how the mathematical strategy that helps you to win on every trade if you're trading with 3 to 1 risk to reward. And also watch on my previous video where I explained you how the support and resistance work like magnets. And in the future I will explain the Fibonacci as well, Fibonacci retracement and extension. I want to talk more about the liquidity, and hopefully in the future you will find a way and understand how to enter in the sniper trades. And remember, not every day it's a trading day. So if all this stuff doesn't present to you, yeah, where do you see the 0.1, 0.2, just don't rush to enter in a trade just to be in a trade, because you will lose probably, yeah. And always is happening that the chart will make you to lose your patience, you know, to enter in a trade. For example, over here, like I did explain you know. So what the price did, if you draw a trend line on 1 hour time frame, yeah, and this is our liquidity zone, what the price did over here, it came up, liquidate them. Okay, liquidate the 0.3 of this trend line as well, because we had so 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.1, 0.2, which has been liquidated by this 0.3 of the outer trend line. Yeah, now what the price did over here, it came, break the trend line, and now sitting on trend line retest. Of course it can go up, yeah, it can go up and you can make profit, but also remember, yeah, also remember, somewhere from the bottom, if you go back in the history, you will have another 0.2. Okay, on this one, this will be your 0.2, and you also have another inner trend line where it gives you another 0.2 over here. Okay, so don't get fooled by this price action, okay, because it can retest the trend line. I never enter on the trend line retest, because it can be very tricky. Yeah, from here it can go up and you can make profit, or it can go down to liquidate this, or even this one as well, and you can lose a trade. So Okay guys, hopefully you understood what I'm trying to say in this video, and it's easy for you to understand this trend line and how it works with point 2 and point 3 of the trend line, and where how you can see a liquidity based on the trend line, and how you can enter in a trade base on the trend line. And hopefully I hope you like this video. Subscribe to my channel, share it with if you know anyone who trying to trade, or who want to learn trading properly, you know, because I don't know, I'm trying to make easiest possible for you to learn how to trade, you know. Thank you guys, and see you in the next one.